Late Night QRM, show number 151 from the Monadnock region in southwest New Hampshire. I am Barry J.
And from the southeast corner of New Hampshire, this is Joel.
And still in central New York, this is Barty.
And I've been at the original try, so this is Michael in the man cave.
Trust me. On the recorded show, we'll have both intros in there.
Oh, okay.
So we're trying this podcasting or hang up.
All right, see ya.
I'll get it right. Hang out.
Let's not hang up.
Hang out on the air, live to the public tonight. So we'll see if we pick up any listeners.
Did we tell any public?
No.
I was going to say, did you tweet anything?
No, well, maybe. I mean, I sent out the event to the public, so...
Shall I tweet this?
If you want to.
So basically what you're saying is, unless there may be a Chinese hacker from Shenzhou, China, that's going to trip across this live broadcast.
Maybe. If somebody's just kind of perusing the Hangouts, they may stumble across us, and right now we do have some video, although I'm still on video, but I'm the only one that has video. Maybe I should shut mine off too.
What about bandwidth?
Bandwidth.
You can see my filthy self after climbing through ceilings today.
I'll leave it on for a while. If we start siloning too much, then we'll turn off the.
I'm too ugly for TV.
The
How do they find it?
I don't know. It's called
Joel,
Late.
you're just lovely.
The Hangout's called Late Night QRM.
Really?
Okay.
This isn't Joe Subs? Damn it, I'm in the wrong spot.
Oh, jeez. So, and by the way, show 150 is still not out. Matter of fact, I haven't even started editing it yet because I had a busy week, and so it's not done yet. Sorry, I had to cut the grass this afternoon. So.
So grass was more important than podcasting. It's going to be like that. Okay.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm sorry, but the wife made sure that I got out there and cut the grass. So, podcasting, happy wife, happy life. You know that thing.
I don't ever want to hear any shit for being late for spending time with my wife again.
I was giving you a hard time, that's all.
I know.
He's giving it back to you.
Thank you, Marty.
Oh, my. Yep.
Is this going to be a dump on Barry night?
I hope so. I deserve it. So I guess I'll start off because I actually put show notes on, even though I put them out at like 4:45 this afternoon.
Yes.
I didn't see anybody screaming for show notes, so.
Show notes. There you go. Dream come true.
On Monday, as I said in the last podcast, we did. My wife and I went out to Tanglewood in the Berkshire Mountains of Massachusetts, which is just south and a little west of us here in the beautiful town of Jaffrey, and we went and saw the Beachmen, aka the Beach Boys. Now, to be honest, there was only two Beach Boys, original Beach Boys. Apparently, Mike Love is in charge now, and he fired what's his name? Yeah, sure. I'm forgetting the name now. I'll think of it. It's
was it Brian? Who was doing it?
It was Brian. He fired Brian. Mike Love is in charge, so apparently Brian's in concerts and stuff. Even though he's the one that started, Brian Wilson. Yeah, he got fired. He comes every once in a while. I don't think he really likes going out on concert tours anyway. And the reason we didn't find out about this until late was because this was an impromptu concert. They came to do the 4th of July celebration in Boston, and of course that happened on the 3rd, so they had to get there. I am?
Yeah, real bad.
Yes.
Okay, I'll have to kill the video. See if that helps.
Yes.
Okay. So now we're on audio hangout.
Yeah. Is your auto
but
backupping right now?
is my auto backup? No, I turned it off. I paused it.
Okay.
Thing going out from my laptop. So
Can you hear me?
I don't know.
Yep, barely.
Yeah.
I keep getting disconnected, and then it says something about my app can't continue. I don't even know what app it's talking about. I guess I'm appless.
Mozzarella sticks. That's a nice app.
I'm getting everybody. Again, my broadband's been acting up this week a bit. My wife's been complaining about it all week, where she's just trying to bring websites up, and it takes forever for them to come up. So I don't know whether I've got an issue or not. I've got to do some speed checks on it after the podcast and see if I need to give a call to the telephone company and have them check something out. So anyway. So the Beach Boys were good. The group they've been touring with forever, but they were really good. And the drummer, oh my God, he was fantastic because they came out and they did eight songs in a row. The drummer was nonstop throughout the thing. And if you do 8 songs in a row without a break, and you're drumming like he was drumming, that's a workout.
I bet.
That was incredible, and the guitars they have now is phenomenal. And our seats were right up front. We thought we were we were on row K, and we thought we were in a section behind. And we said, "Oh, there's row K." And one of the ushers came up and looked, and he goes, "Oh no, you're down there, that row K." I said, "Wow, that's like 10 rows back from the stage." So
right in the mosh pit.
yeah, and believe me, it did eventually turn into almost a mosh pit. The end of the show, everybody was running down there and standing in front of the stage and dancing around and stuff like that. So it was kind of cool. Except
Did
for
they
I had
trip over the walkers?
What's that? Okay, you laugh, but when we first got there and all the people that were sitting around us, I'm looking and Emery's looking. I said, "Are we the youngest people here?"
Yep.
And she goes, "It looks that way." But you think about it, the Beach Boys are all up in their 70s, and yeah, these were the people that you listened to them when they first came out in the early 60s and stuff. But I got to say, the mosh pit was filled with young people, so the young people just couldn't afford the tickets out front, I guess, or they came with their families, because this is one of those outdoor. It's it's a covered. What do you want to call it? It's a stage, and it's got a big roof on it with seating inside, although it still has a dirt floor.
Yeah.
And then beyond that, there's the lawn, and you can get lawn tickets, and so you can go out there. A lot of people came, and they sit there, and they bring a big dinner, and they have tables, or small tables, and they sit out there and eat and listen to the concert, and they have big video screens, because if you're out on the lawn, you really can't see the stage from there. So they had big video screens out for them. But Tanglewood's a really nice place. It's in the middle of the Berkshires. They've got some great views. I have some pictures of what the view from there, and we walked around the grounds because we got there early. And matter of fact, we brought basically a picnic dinner, and we ate up on the lawn first, and then we walked around for a while. They did a sound check while we were eating, and then we took the basket and put it back in the car, and then we just walked around for a while, got some dessert, and then we went and sat, got into our seats and enjoyed the show. But it was great. I mean, it was really good, and I was telling the story that the Beach Boys they were supposed to do the 4th of July in Boston with the Boston Pops, and of course that happened a day early. So and the Beach Boys made it, but the Boston was all apologetic to it. The Boston Pops was all apologetic to it. So all of a sudden Tanglewood found, I don't know what was supposed to be scheduled or if anything was, but Tanglewood said, "Hey, I know this is short notice, but do you guys want to come up and do a concert at Tanglewood? And Mike Love says, sure. and that's how it happened. And so we just kind of lucked out about that. So, but it was good. It was a good concert. It was fun. Of course, didn't get home until almost 2 o'clock in the morning.
Woohoo! You're ripping it up.
And I took Monday off to, I took Monday off from work because they said we're going to leave early. We're just going to make a day of it. What the hell? And I forgot that it was going to take me. It's a 2.5 hour drive.
Yeah.
and then that's not including the traffic when that place lets out and stuff. So yeah. So it took us a while to get home, and I said, "Oh, I should have taken off Tuesday too." But I've done this before, so I said, well, Emery goes, well, I'll take care of everything. All you need to do is grab the picnic basket out of the car, and then you can just go up to bed, because I get up at 5:30 for work, and it's like 2 o'clock. And I said, I've done this before. It's going to be a hell on Tuesday. So we got home, I went to the back of the car, I opened it up, and now this is just a real picnic basket, wicker picnic basket. And, the food was eaten, so it wasn't really heavy. And I reached in and I picked it up, and I felt the back go out.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the back went out. Oh, no.
That sucks.
And I was standing there kind of leaning up against the car as the pulsation continued, and waiting for it to stop, and Anne-Marie comes running out. She goes, What's wrong? I said, the back. And she goes, oh, no. And so we got inside, and I went upstairs, and of course I got the foldable, flexible numbers bed. So I tried to put it into a position where I was comfortable. No luck. I was basically in pain the rest of the night.
You're sidelining.
Laying there trying to. Oh, well, sorry. I'm not silencing on the recording, but I don't know what to do about it. My video's off. Yeah.
Off the live broadcast.
That's not going to help, I don't think.
Well, you're uploading live, aren't you? Yep.
Yeah, no, I think the broadcast, all of us go to the broadcast separately.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Because you joined the broadcast, so I don't think I'm uploading to the broadcast, and no more different than I'm up.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I'm in bed, and I'm not sleeping. The alarm goes off at 5:30. I haven't slept a wink, and I told I go to Anne-Marie. I said, "Yeah, screw that. I'm not going to work today." So. Unfortunately, though, I went through all my sick leave with my 2 cases of the flu last year, so I had to take another vacation day, and basically nursed my back on Tuesday and was able to hobble around on Wednesday, so I went into work on Wednesday. But, yep, so that was the beginning of my week, and then trying to do some catch-up at work on Wednesday and Thursday, and so anyway, so that was the beginning of the week, and but my back's better now. It kept getting better every day, and so of course that also threw off my running schedule. Well, 2 things have made me fall off my running schedule. A, the back. I couldn't run because of the back, and B, it's getting dark early now. Yeah, I'm getting home, and it's like 8 o'clock, and it's dark. And so the days of running after work are over. So I'm gonna have to either I'm thinking about Tuesdays and Thursdays running at lunchtime, and I'm not gonna be able to do a full 5K. I'll just run some, but at least I'll be running, because this week I didn't run at all. Today was the first day I got a chance to run. And I was doing it for the Arizona Cactus Dash virtual 5K. Of course, there was a real Arizona Cactus Dash, but one of the guys that helps coordinate all that stuff allows you to join in with a virtual run. So I ran it on the Rails to Trails path, and today, and I actually was able to get 5K down. Matter of fact, I started running. I hit the start button on Runkeeper and started running. And I know I'm well into 5 minutes, and I didn't hear the Runkeeper lady come and tell me, how far I'd gone and what my average pace was. So I kind of pulled it out and looked at it, and it said, "You have no GPS," but it was just keeping track of the time. But it didn't tell me that, and so I stopped. This was after I'd run like 1.5 kilometers, and I stopped. I stopped the program. I reloaded it, and it said, "Now you got good GPS." And then I started again, and I started my 5 kilometers from there. So I actually ran 6.5 kilometers today, and that was without running for a week. So I felt pretty good that I was still able to do that, and I got a pretty decent time, considering I hadn't been running for a week. It's still slow, but I finished it. I need to get that done because I was running out of days in August to get that run in for the virtual 5K. But it's done, and I'm happy, and now I got to figure out when I'm going to run next. Hopefully Tuesday at work. So, and the only other.
Did you see me flashing pictures of outside during the?
No, yeah. No. Oh, look at that! It's bright.
Still daylight up there.
Still daylight. It's pitch black here.
Yeah, here.
I also made a couple of notes on that. Again, I've been throwing encouraging words to Slug as Doug as he progresses in Couch to 5K, and
absolutely.
Yeah. I've been.
And Joel, have you been out there walking?
Yeah, I actually have. Taken it easy. Only because I'm nursing that calf back in. But yeah, I was out, and we're going back out again tomorrow. Because my wife, with Debbie's surgery and so forth, pressure is an issue. So you don't do anything strenuous.
No.
But to go for a nice walk, at a very, very leisurely pace, that's in the schedule for tomorrow as well.
Well, you know what you do.
Cool.
You take the phone along and do some hacking on Payne Street there.
No, we're going up to Mines Falls.
Oh, okay.
We don't. Yeah, rather than up and down. Yeah, we always go to Mines Falls. It's peaceful. It's tranquil. You're right there next to the water.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I actually blew past your house yesterday. I had a car appointment, and instead of taking the highway down to South Nashua, I decided I'm gonna go straight through town.
Oh, very cool.
And I farmed Payne Street. It was very productive. I filled my coffers.
I haven't played it. I've been too busy. I've been too busy between work and honestly, much like yourself. I mean, I was staying, doing after 15, 16-hour days all last week at work. By the time I'm driving home, I could give a shit less about any damn game. All I want to do is go home, see my wife, and relax. You know what I mean? And it was my last 2 weeks
hours
like that.
Yeah, when you work hours like that, there's no way in hell you feel like playing a game. And tell you the truth, I wasn't playing that much in the beginning of the week because well, A, I was home, and B, when I was at work, I was staying a little late. And yeah, I see what you mean, Barty. We keep losing you, and you keep coming back.
Yeah, Barry, got to interrupt real quick. We have a request from MMD. He wants to know how to find us on Hangouts. Is it LateNite QRM spelled out? Or
it's LateNite, one word, space QRM.
Oh, space QRM. Okay.
Yes, and night is NITE.
Yeah, I had that right.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I wanted to put this out real quick too. That way, Bob and Dave and Anthony don't have to fast forward through this part of the show because I'm not going to talk about Ingress, that kind of stuff. I laughed my ass off when I heard this guy say that. And you go, "Oh yeah, well, now we found the part to fast forward through about a video game or about a game," and I'm like, you know what? I could see where that could be a little dry. A little dry to listen to, especially if you don't play it.
Well, that's why I said it should be. We should make a separate podcast on that.
I will not be participating in that one. I can tell you that now because I'm not as jazzed. It's fun, but you know what? I can take it or leave it.
Yeah. Well, that's a good game. And there's a new game coming out. It's not by the same people. It's called Enclave. It's supposed to be very Ingress-like, but different. I'm not sure how, because they've only had mere uh, descriptions of what it's going to be like, vague descriptions of what it's going to be like. So,
Right.
have
Well,
to
we'll
see.
see.
We'll have to see what that's going to be.
Yeah, I realistically, I mean, I enjoy it. Quite frankly, and I won't go on into too much. I enjoy it playing along with someone else. Ever since you and I had gone out, and when Debbie and I have gone out, it's a lot of fun. By yourself, I don't enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, I do it because I'm so tired of my commute after doing it for like 17 going on 18 years. It gets very boring very quick. So
Yeah.
and I don't have the traffic that you have to deal with.
Yeah. Well, yeah, maybe
Yeah.
it's a little more chaotic.
Yeah, you got to really pay attention to driving. Hey, look, I passed 5 cars. Traffic is tough today.
I passed 5,000.
Yeah, I go through a town. I can stop. I can play Ingress for a bit, and then I drive for like 15 minutes to the next town and maybe pass 3 cars
Right.
on the way. So
I wish I had that problem.
so it's and I got to say I do mostly play driving home from work, and lately I'm getting close to level 10. But there's like maybe out of the week there's one day that I tell Anne Marie, I say okay, I'm going to be late because I'm going to be playing Ingress tonight, and so and that's usually I stop at Peterborough and I park the car and I walk around for an hour or two
Right.
doing that, and then I'm already close to home, and then I just get in the car and come home. So but it's still fun. Tomorrow there's a couple of guys that are actually a couple that have a side business. They do pork roast and stuff. They're going to be up at Allison's Orchard, and it's in New Hampshire, but it's right across the river from Vermont, up in I forget what the town is now.
Yeah.
I want to say Westmoreland.
Yep.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
So they're having a barbecue cook-off there. There's a little contest going on, and Anne-Marie likes Allison's, so we're going to drive up there, and there's going to be some of the Ingress people are going to be up there, cross-faction. So, she'll get to meet some of the people I play with, and we're really going up for the barbecue. and Anne-Marie, she's going to pick peaches and stuff like that because everything's coming in. Everything's ready for picking now. So,
yep.
And we usually go up there in the fall anyway. So hopefully it'll be a good time. Hopefully it won't rain or anything. So,
and good luck with that.
Well,
that's all we've been getting the past couple of weeks is just rain.
Really, we've had some this week. We had a couple torrential downpour days. I want to say, was it Wednesday that was bad? And then Thursday, it looked like it cleared up, except for that Thursday was my day to play Ingress, and I was in Peterborough, and I was about as far away from the car as you can get, and the heavens opened up. So it was a fun walk back to the car. That's all I can say. So, yeah. And one more thing about running. I did get my Road ID bracelet. It came in the mail last week, and it's very comfortable, very nice. And if you do take up the hobby of running, I highly recommend looking into the Road ID bracelet. It identifies you in case you end up keeling over on the side of the road while you're running or something. And you can put medical information. I got the dynamic one, I think it's called, or active Road ID, which is a phone number, and they can call it, and then all my information is online. They can either access it via online or with the serial code on the back of the bracelet, or they can call the number and get the information. So I'm, of course, type 1 diabetic, so it's important for me to be wearing
that. Makes
that.
my job a whole lot easier.
Yeah, and I got a bright yellow bracelet, just so it's visible. makes it easier and visible to see, so that paramedics can find it quickly. So I was glad that came in the mail today, or yesterday actually, and I wore it today.
Very cool.
I was out running, so highly recommend it. The only other thing that happened this week, and I don't know what's going on, my famed Mophie that I bought for my phone was working fine Thursday night.
Uh-huh.
And I woke up on Friday, and it was not charging my phone. And, the little battery would not go into green. And so I contacted the Mophie people via email, and I've got a ticket number for it. And I'll see what they have to say. Now, I bought it at Radio Shack, so I was thinking about taking it back to Radio Shack and see if I could get it replaced. It's interesting because the button on the back of the bottom of the phone, the little LED lights light up, so that means the bottom is connecting to the battery part, which is the top fine, and there's power getting there, but it doesn't seem to be connecting properly to my phone. So then I checked the lightning adapter in it, and that seemed to be fine. And when I took my phone and plugged it in with the normal charger, lightning adapter charger, it charges, like a normal iPhone does. But for some reason, the Mophie doesn't seem to be charging it. Now, after saying that, and after getting the ticket,
it healed.
Funny thing is I went out running, and I took the external battery with me with the cord, so I stuck the battery, the external pack, and put it in my pocket, and I'm running along holding my iPhone with this cord coming out of my pocket, white cord coming out of my pocket, because my phone won't last a 5K run with me. The battery on it's pretty well shot, and so I was doing that, and then when I got back to the car, I said, "Oh, what the hell?" And so I slipped it back into the top, and I popped the bottom on, and lo and behold, it started charging the phone again.
It just wanted to make sure that you were serious about it.
Well, here's the thing. So it's been working ever since then, and I even cut the grass, which the phone wouldn't have lasted that long while listening to podcasts on the mower, and it made it all the way through. It was doing everything. Everything was fine. And then I went and the actual Mophie pack was getting low, so I plugged in the power cord for it to charge it, and it stopped charging the phone. So right now, currently, the status is I've got a white battery indicator on the phone, which tells me that the Mophie is not charging it. Even though I've got a fully charged Mophie battery.
I would have to say, time to take that puppy back to Radio Shack and say, hey, give me a new one.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do that tomorrow.
Because realistically, and you haven't had that thing 2 months, I don't think.
No, it's just 3 weeks.
Realistic.
What's that?
Time delay. I was doing my realistic Radio Shack. Funny.
Well, sir, did you buy the warranty on this?
No, not from Radio Shack. No.
Oh, exactly. That's what they'll say. Well, you didn't buy the warranty. And like, well, there's a 1-year manufacturer's warranty, and it doesn't work.
Yeah. No, I actually read the back of the receipt, and I've got actually 90 days. A Radio Shack will take it for 90 days, and it's been 3 weeks. My only concern about it is not so much that I beat the warranty, but that I can get it back to Radio Shack before they go out of business.
Well, I was about to say, 90 days of bankrupt, whichever comes in first.
Yeah, you're going to need to get there tomorrow.
I know. I'm planning to go tomorrow. Yeah, I was going to go this afternoon, but the thing started working. I said, well, I'll hold off on it, But something ain't right. Yeah, something ain't right in the bottom part of the device, because the phone's working just fine. Other than it's got a battery that's starting to die, but it charges when it's not. They can't say, well, it must be your lightning adapter or your lightning adapter, and but no, because it works.
This
You can
movie
charge
is
it as
dead.
well.
This is past tense.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I'll let you know. But this confirms my when I get the new iPhone 6 and I want to get a battery pack for it, I'm going with OtterBox.
I love mine.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the OtterBox charger because Joel, you haven't had any issues with yours whatsoever, right?
No, not at all. And I've dropped mine from 19 feet in the air. I've let it run itself completely dead. I mean, like beyond dead, and it fires right up again. It charges every time. It switches automatically, so there's no button to flip over. So as soon as it senses the phone's battery's dead, it just boom charges. It runs off the battery backup. The software is awesome. It tells you when it's going to run out.
Yeah.
When you launch the app. So I love that. Right now it says, the phone's at 80%, and the juice, well, I call it juice box too. That's because of my wife. The OtterBox is at 12%. So, I run a ton of apps in the background, and it'll easily last me a day.
That's good. Yeah, and I'll tell you the truth. The only reason why I didn't get the OtterBox is because I needed to get one. I needed to get a battery back. I couldn't wait to order it online. I wanted to get it right away.
Right.
And the only one I could find in stores was the Mophie pack. So I said, I'll get a Mophie pack. I had one for my iPhone 3, and it was starting to give me issues. So I was a little leery about doing this. I said, well, that was a long time ago, and I'm sure they've solved all their problems. Yeah, I guess not.
You could stop being a wall hugger and just get a Samsung phone, right?
No. Sorry. I like my phones.
The commercials?
Yeah. Oh, speaking of that, and I will, I'll skip down a little bit here. Actually, I'm not skipping down because we talked all the. So the other things, Samsung came out with a YouTube ad with the ALC, ice bucket thing that's going on.
I have no idea what that is.
Oh, okay. Well, this started probably about 3 weeks ago. Somebody who actually had ALC. ALS. I'm sorry. ALS. Oh, God. ALS, which is Lou Gehrig's disease.
All right. You had me at ALC. I wasn't sure what ALC was.
Okay. ALS. I'm sorry. And he said, well, he put out this challenge: either donate to ALS, or if you can't donate, then dump a bucket of ice water on top of your head and videotape it and then challenge other people. Well, it's spreading through social media like wildfire, and it got into Hollywood, of course, and all these CEOs and even politicians, they're all dumping ice water on their head and donating. It really has helped ALS out because I think so far they're over $10 million that they've reached. And last year when they were doing their drive, they're lucky that they got a couple hundred or 10. I think like 10,000. Now they're 10 million. So this thing's taken off like wildfire. Well, and you see all these videos on YouTube and Facebook and stuff of people dumping water out, and then you challenge 3 other people or whatever, how many people you want to challenge, and then they have to do it within 24 hours. So that's why it's spreading like wildfire. But Samsung decided they're going to cash in on this opportunity because the Samsung Galaxy 5S claims to be waterproof, which probably is, but they think that they're the only phone that is waterproof. So they put a Samsung phone out there, and they had the little computer voice tell them that nobody asked Samsung to do to challenge them, but they put this out as a commercial, and they dumped ice water on top of the Samsung phone, and then Samsung phone challenged the iPhone and a couple of the other phones out there to do it too, thinking that they can't do that. Well, Apple didn't do this, but another Apple group that has a web page about Apple news and stuff like that. They took an iPhone 5S and stuck it out there and had Siri say, okay, I take your challenge. And they dumped ice water on it, and lo and behold, the iPhone 5 was fine.
Yeah, it's because it's Parylene coated.
But it was
I've been
fine.
doing that for years.
What?
Parylene coating my cell phone.
What's it?
Parylene, it's a
You mean-
conformal coat. Parylene
Yeah.
coating is a vapor coating that you put on electronic circuit boards
Yeah.
to protect them against moisture. Well, I thought it was genius marketing when companies came out and said, "Oh, give us your iPhone, we'll keep it for 4 days, and when you get it back, it'll be completely waterproof." You can waterproof any circuit board if you Parylene coat it.
Well, this was
That is conformal coat. It's a type.
Yeah, this was a standard iPhone 5S though. They didn't do anything to treat it or anything. It's just that you pour water over top of it. There's a good chance it's gonna survive. It's the thing that hurts a phone is if you drop it in water and let it sit underwater and the water seeps in and stuff like that.
Right.
But it only takes a couple of seconds in water, because I had an iPhone 5 that died a very, very slow death after being dropped in a sink and picked out right away.
Yep.
And even leaving it for 2 or 3 days in a bag full of rice didn't save it. It seemed to be okay, but it slowly was deteriorating as time went on, and after 2 months, it was dead. That's why I now have a 4S. That's what the company replaced it with.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so I mean, that was this group's answer to it, but actually, the comments and everything on Samsung, those people were going, "How dare you take something, a charitable event, and turn it into a commercial?" And it's really backfired on them. And then somebody noticed also on the video that if you looked at the Samsung, it started like the time was like 5:16 on it, right? And then they dumped the water on it, and when the water was done being dumped on it, you looked at the time and it said 5:50 on it.
Right.
So it went from 5:16 to 5:50. And the amount, and the 2 seconds it took to dump water on the ice water on top of it. So either they did some editing or the phone malfunctioned. So it got double whammied.
Samsung seems to have a knack for embarrassing themselves grandly in public.
Yeah. Now,
They've done this a few times.
I'll also say that it wasn't Samsung Korea that put this out. This was a YouTube video that came out in the UK for Samsung. So I'll say that too. But I just thought it was interesting that here's Samsung trying to be a smartass again with their commercials against the iPhone, and it kind of backfired on them big time.
Somebody didn't do their homework.
Yeah, really. So so that was my tech news. Other than September 9th, that's the date they're going to be announcing the phones, and everybody thinks that pre-orders will probably start that Friday. With the phones in store and delivered on the 19th of September. That's how it generally has gone in the past. So we'll see when September 9th comes around, whether that's true.
By the way, I'm still getting tweets that people can't find it. The hang up.
Okay,
So,
well,
I can't search for it while I'm on the air, so.
No, all I can tell them to do is try to do a search on Hangout Live.
Actually, wait a minute. I can try it on my iPhone.
Try Hangouts Live, and then from there, I remember there was a list that you could go through for actual live Hangouts that were taking place.
I keep getting bounced all the time.
Yeah, I keep seeing you coming in and out. So.
Yeah, it says I can't maintain the video conversation. I've got my settings set to audio only.
You sound fine when you're here. So
I just can't stay here. I keep getting bounced.
I don't understand why, because actually you're not silencing or anything, and we usually have a problem with you silencing slightly when we're not on the live.
That's why I never put my camera on.
Yeah. Well, you tell them to look for Hangouts Live, and then I know when I did that Hangouts Live, and there's a list that you can go through, and but I don't know. I know how to start one. I don't know how to look for it. I don't know whether I can look for it since I'm controlling the live one.
Right.
So.
If I were at the house, I could have my kids look it up. But
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
Joel.
I log in the shows that I'm in.
I'm working it on my Hangout. Hello. I'm working it on my iPhone right now.
Okay. So, by the way, the reservations have been made for the trip out to the Late Night QRM Roundtable. We're going to be staying in London, Ontario.
Yep.
And so I made the reservations. I needed to do that so I could get my security paperwork done because I'm leaving the United States for a foreign country.
Dude, it's Canada. They make it sound like, you're going on the other side of the globe.
Well, to security, it's a foreign country.
Yeah, I know.
Even though they're part of Five Eyes. Oh, I didn't say that. Yeah, so it's on, it's reserved, and the paperwork's in. So
cool, very cool.
It's going to be a whole lot of backing out if we don't go on this trip. So we're going for it. Oh, and the Prius has new oil in it. So I think I'm going to have to buy. Oh well, we should probably we're getting into bottom gear stuff. So let's start bottom gear.
Hello and welcome to another Late Night QRM edition of Bottom Gear. I'm one of your hosts, Joel, and tonight we have a few little stories to tell about our automotive woes, do's, don'ts, and oh shits. Barry, do you want to start off, or shall I?
I'll start off with I got the Prius went in for an oil change because the maintenance light was on, and that happens when it's time to go and have it serviced. And it went in, and I was just over 176,000 miles on it, so it's doing good. So they replaced the oil, and they rotated two of the tires and filled them with air. They came out to me
$100. Air costs $100.
Actually, the whole thing, oil change and tire rotation, everything was only $80, and for a dealer that wasn't bad.
Yeah.
But they said two on the one side. First the guy comes out and says, "You probably need new tires." And I said, "What are you talking about? I just got new tires last fall, right before the snow season." And he said, "Well, where did you get them?" I said, "Here." Oh, let me check the records and stuff, because he goes, "Yeah, they're about they're getting ready to be needing replaced." He goes, "Well, how many miles do you put on?" I said, "Well, I put close to 100 miles a day on the car." He goes, "Well, I said, "Yeah, you're probably right." But I said, "Usually my tires last a year and a half, and I said, "It hasn't even been a year yet." So he went and looked at the notes closer, and he says, "Well, actually," he goes, it's only one tire," and he showed it to me. It was the right rear tire, and he says the wear bars are starting to show on it, and it's not wearing, like the other ones. It's not wearing, what do you call it, straight or normal. Right. It's wearing odd. And I said, "Oh." He goes, "Did you do anything to the back of this car? Are you this tire or anything?" I said, "No." I said, "It's the rear too." I said, "It's like a straight axle, Yeah. And then I remembered I was coming out of Peterborough one night, and there were a bunch.
I'm just kidding. I had to throw that in there.
I was.
Oh my God.
But I was at the traffic light, on 101 and Grove Street. And like everybody knows where that is, but it's the only traffic light in Peterborough. So, I was approaching the light, and on the left, in the left-hand turn lane, there were a bunch of cyclists. Now, I have nothing against cyclists because I do ride a bicycle every once in a while myself, and I believe they have just as much right on the road as cars do. But they're in the left-hand lane because they're going to make a left, and I'm slowly coming up and approaching on the right of them for the straight lane. And as I'm approaching, all of a sudden, one of the cyclists kind of rears his bike over and starts moving over into my lane. And it's like, holy shit! And I had to hit the brakes, and I swerved over. Of course, this is the straight lane, which is the far right lane, and I hit the curb. Of course, right. We have granite curbs in New Hampshire, so they don't.
Granite state,
Huh? It is the granite state, and we have granite curbs, and so needless to say, that rear wheel got hit. It's the one that hit the curve, and now I'm wondering whether I did some damage to it, because it did break off a piece of the plastic wheel cover on the thing. And I told the guy, I said, that's the only thing I can think of that happened, and I didn't think anything of it because, I didn't bend the rim or anything, but maybe it knocked it in a way that it knocked it out. And he goes, well, there is some adjustment in that they can make, but he goes, needless to say, I'm going to have to get that tire replaced. And I don't think I'm going to go to the dealer for it. Because my lesson learned is I've been doing research online, as Joel's told me to do, thousands and thousands of times. But I've been always loyal to the dealer, thinking they're not going to screw me over. Yeah, they're screwing me over royally. And I was reading online about the serpentine belt, which I think I need to get it replaced. I didn't even ask them to look at it because I was reading online the people in the chat rooms for Prius owners.
Yep.
And people have been saying, yeah, the serpentine belt needed to be replaced, so I took it to the dealer, and they wanted $190 to have replace the serpentine belt, and people were going nuts on there. And I had just because I think I need to get that replaced, and I just researched that online. And first of all, I found out right away that an official Toyota serpentine belt costs $15.
Yep.
And I watched 3 different YouTube videos about how to replace the serpentine belt, and it took the guys all of about 10 to 15 minutes to do it.
Yep.
They're charging $190 to have that done. And it was pretty much the people in the chat room that were answering the question were all saying about the same thing. They said, just take it to a regular person. If you don't want to do it yourself, take it to somebody you trust. Don't take it to the dealership because they'll, So
they wanted $190 to do it.
And I don't know what I didn't even ask here. I was going to ask them how much it was going to cost to replace the serpentine belt, but I think
go to Kenny.
I think they actually told me that it was going, and that I was going to have to get it replaced, and then they were going to charge me $200 to do it.
Go to Kenny.
I'm going to Kenny. Yeah, I am definitely going to Kenny. And the only reason I don't try it myself is because A, we're taking it on the long trip, so I want to put it on right. And B, the easiest way to put it on, all these guys that were doing it in 10 minutes actually put it up on the lift and did it from the bottom.
Yeah, you do it from the bottom. Take the belly pan off.
Yeah. So
you can do it in your garage if you want.
There's not even a belly pan. There's just this covering thing that pops off.
Yep, it's called the belly pan.
Okay. Well,
any cover on the bottom of a car that prevents debris from rising up from the bottom is a belly pan.
Okay. All right. They called it a cover of some sort. So. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to do that. And then I said, and I wasn't sure whether they were talking about that or a timing belt. And I was talking to the guy at work. He said, well, if it's a timing belt, then, that could cost some money.
Yeah, now that's when you do the timing belt, you want to pull. You got to tear enough off the motor to change the timing belt. And while you're there, it's also driven off, the water pump's driven off of it. So you always change the water pump and the timing belt hand in hand at the same time. That's
what the guy at work said.
Yep.
Too. So I said, well, let me research that a little bit online. So I got home, and I started researching that and found out that I don't have a driving belt.
A timing belt.
A timing belt, I mean, sorry.
You have timing chain?
I have a chain.
Yep.
And from what I researched, they said it's good for the life of the engine, unless something seriously goes wrong with it. If you start hearing a little rattling when you start the car or stop the car, you might want to get it checked out. But pretty much they last the life of the engine.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I don't have to worry about that. So.
Nope.
So yeah, I think Kenny's going to get a visit from me to get a new belt put on before we go, and I'll probably have to get a new tire.
Mm-hmm.
Probably 2, because it seems weird to buy 1 new tire.
Yeah, realistically, if you buy 2, and you have that one good one, you have it thrown on a rim, and you keep it as a spare.
Yeah.
A full-size spare.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, when we're going, heading north, I think you probably have a little donut spare in the back of the car.
Yeah.
That's not a full-size spare. I would consider the idea of taking out the donut and putting in a full-size spare, because when you're in the middle of the road, in the middle of God's country, donut spares are good for about 70, 80 miles. After that, you don't really want to be driving on them.
Yeah, I don't want to be driving on it, period. But the question is whether I can put a full-size one in where the donut spare is. I'll check that out.
That's questionable. Usually, no.
Yeah. So, and I don't have a spare wheel, so I would have to get unless the wheel. Yeah.
Boneyard. We'll get one out of a boneyard. It's $35.
Yeah. So I'll chat with you offline about that.
Mm-hmm.
Because yes, you're right. That's probably a good thing to do.
Right.
So anyway.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say. So that was all my news right now. Don't trust the dealer, and I'm not anymore. And that's probably going to be the last time I go there for an oil change too. Although I feel like I got to take it there at least once a year to have them look things over, because I don't know whether I don't know whether regular dealers or regular repair guys know enough about the
battery system, battery charging system.
Yeah, and
there are many, many, many mechanics besides the dealers.
Yeah.
That service the battery and the charging system.
They do, and I would have to find them and see if they're any cheaper than the dealer. Probably are.
Almost guarantee it.
But you got to have, there you got to have the interface to the computer, and it's not your normal computer. It's a pretty sophisticated computer in the Prius. It's different than the other computers they put in cars.
Right, exactly. It's not running OBD3.
No, it's got its own special network.
Well, actually, what it is, all you need is the software and a regular laptop and the patch cable.
That is true, but all that stuff is proprietary to Toyota. So
you'd be surprised. I'm saying this because I've sat in a Prius with it plugged in with a laptop on my, literally on the other seat.
Okay.
In Kenny's garage.
Okay.
But again, you do what you're comfortable with, man. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want Joe's hack job. I don't want Linux put on my Prius.
Might run
well,
better.
Linux would be okay. You just don't.
I'm sorry.
You don't want Windows heating.
I think Linux is a nice operating system, and it's a nice hobby operating system. And I've worked with it for 20 years. And, I mean, we actually build systems that work with Linux. And it's a nice hobby operating system. That's my opinion about Linux. Now, I'll take Linux over Windows any day, but I'm just, okay, that's another topic. That doesn't belong in bottom gear.
when I sent with the device that we built one up on the ISS, NASA had us take Windows CE off of it and put Linux on it.
Well, I would do that too in a heartbeat, but I would prefer and it's hard to find professional operating systems now out there. Like I'm talking about when there used to be Solaris and some of the other operating systems where they actually paid people to.
Solaris is still out there.
Produce. Yep. It's out there. Are they still updating it?
Yes.
Oh, are they? Okay. So I haven't been working in. I've been in the Linux world now for close to 20 years, if not 20 years. I've been playing with Linux for more than 20 years, but
Yeah.
at work we've been.
I primarily work with Solaris. That's what I've been doing, for about 20 years, and Linux off and on.
Yeah.
I think Linux is just fine. I wouldn't have any trouble trusting it whatsoever, especially for web servers and things like that.
For little things, I just it's like I said, it's a great hobby OS. And when you're waiting for that update, and Joe says, "Hey, well, I'm going to get to it, but nobody's paying me to do it, so you'll get it when I'm done." That's
well, yeah. But if you get into Red Hat, it's a whole different environment.
Kind of, sort of.
It's not even, it's also a paid OS. You got to buy it and pay for service levels and things like that.
I've been doing that for 20 years, and Red Hat service, you pay a whole bunch of money for it, and it ain't very good. The service is not very good. We have to buy it because we're buying it for the government, and they require us to buy it. But we have never had luck getting any useful information out of them.
Wow.
And that's just my experience in 20 years. I'm sure other people will argue.
Well,
but
I guess even with Solaris, ever since Oracle bought up Sun, it's been kind of that way. You have to pay a pile of money to Oracle to get a service plan for Sun hardware and the Solaris OS, and it's kind of hard getting a service out of them at times.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. And how do they actually have teams? Are they actually paying people to write the software, or are they just supporting the software that's out there, which is a bunch of people at home that are?
No, they're actually authoring their own software.
Okay. Sometimes I don't get that. I don't get that feeling. I'm sure they are, but I don't get the feeling based on how it runs.
Yeah, they're not really very aggressive at staying up to date.
Yeah.
The free open Solaris tends to be much more modern and more up to date than standard Solaris.
I'm just saying that Solaris seemed to be a more professional system, operating system than Linux was any day. Hands down.
Yeah, I guess I could agree with that. But part of that is also because of the hardware it runs on. It runs on much better hardware, where most Linux machines are running on crappy PCs. Collection of parts from the cheapest vendors.
Ours are running on HP servers. I mean, rack-mounted HP servers. Like we're talking about, like 32 processor HP servers.
Yeah, I remember working on Dell servers that had Linux as the firmware. You had to boot into Linux to prepare the machine for the Windows environment that you were going to install on it.
Yeah. I just like a company that provides the hardware and actually has the operating system too. It always seems to when you got a company and there's not many out there. That's why everybody's going to Linux.
Well, that would leave you with only Oracle with Solaris. Because HP doesn't write their software. You're installing Microsoft software in that, aren't you?
It's either Microsoft or Linux. They used to write their own operating system, but they don't anymore.
Yeah, well, they used to have HP UX on a lot of their machines, but they quit that.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's getting far and few between now.
Yeah.
And
it's only Oracle and Solaris. That's it.
And Apple.
Yeah, well, they don't make servers, though.
They don't make servers anymore, but they make an operating system that works with their hardware very well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so let's get back to bottom gear because we suddenly broke into bottom server. So anyway, Joel, that was my news. That was my car news.
Hey, you guys have to send that picture of the two of you guys in the Prius.
It's funny.
Pretty funny, two big guys in a little tiny car like that.
Well, I'm still wondering how that's going to work. I'm still wondering how that's going to work out.
We'll see.
Yeah, but what was I going to say? So anyhow, along those same lines, I embarrassingly have to say I pulled a real knucklehead move last Saturday with Wilson. It was all for the right reasons. It was just me not being, I got distracted, wasn't paying attention. But throughout the course of the week, you love the squealers on your front disc brakes, which are designed to do exactly what mine did. They become an annoying pain in the ass nuisance when they whenever your brakes start getting low.
Yeah.
And that's what they're designed to do. And the only time it stops squealing is when you apply the brake pedal. So I said, all right, the hell with it. I went ahead and bought front brake pads for it. And I said to myself, well, I'll throw brakes on it over the course of the weekend. As it happened, my son was home, and I said, hey, can I ever show you how to put on disc brakes? And he's like, no. I said, all right, go get your grubby clothes on. Let's go down then to the garage. We're going to put brakes on the front of Wilson. So he was very excited about that. It was an excellent, awesome time working with him and bonding with him. You know, how to jack the car up, where to jack the car up in the air, how to chock the tires. Albeit I probably spoil him a little bit because I'm not using a star wrench to take the damn lug nuts off. I'm using an air gun, fire up the air compressor, and that sort of thing. And I went and did the driver's side to show him. I'm like, you're not going to remember everything that I'm doing, but I'm going to explain it and go slow. And, you know, right up to, you know, how to hang the caliper on a homemade hook so you're not hanging on the brake line when you're popping out the old brake pads and putting the anti-chatter in, and how to inspect the rotors to make sure that they're not warped, that there's no high ridges or low spots on them, and got all that done. And somehow I must have gotten, I don't know, slightly, what's the word? I must have gotten distracted because I put the tire on the car when I had all the brakes and the caliper bolted back in and the whole 9 yards, and I usually go 3 times around tightening up lug nuts. And I must have only done it once. They always go in a star when you're putting your lug nuts on. When you put a tire and a rim on a car, you do it in a crisscross pattern.
Right.
And but I'll do that 3 times on each one. And then typically, as a rule of thumb, after about 100 miles, you want to retighten them just to be on the safe side. Well, I only did it once. Completely didn't think anything of it. We moved over to the passenger side, and my son did all the work on the brakes on that side of the car, and it came out perfect, flawless. Car drove good, and we had no issues. And now about 4 days later, I was driving, and I feel this wobble. It was a slow developing wobble in the wheel, and I'm like, what the heck is this? Wobble, 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 wobble. And I'm like, what the hell? I said, and it was consistent, and if you turned at slow speeds, you say you were turning through a corner, it really wobble, wobble, wobble. So I pulled over, and when I hopped out of the car, I said, I know what that is. I said, that's lug nuts got loose. They must have loosened up, and it was my side, the side I did, and I reached down, I pulled off the hubcaps on that wheel, and grabbed each lug nut. And 4 out of the 5 I could spin off with my hand.
Oh, no.
And just after I left work. And I thought, holy shit. And I got one that's tight enough that I can't spin it loose by hand, thank God, but that's probably because the pressure of the car is leaning against it. So I thought, shit. So I pop the trunk. Now, call me old school, but the reason why I learned how to work on cars is because I never had the money to pay somebody else to do it. So I always have enough tools in the trunk of the car to damn near rebuild half of it on the side of the road. Sockets, tools, wrenches, jacks, you name it, pry bars, screwdrivers, pliers, wire, you name it, I probably have it. And guess what's the one thing I didn't outfit Wilson with from when I bought it a year ago? Any of the tools.
Oh.
So I popped the trunk, and I'm like, I don't ever remember really looking. I looked once just to verify it had a spare tire, and it did, and it had air in it. But I never went and verified I had all the pieces to the jack to jack the car up on the side of the road.
Oh. Yeah.
So I found the scissor assembly, which jacks it up, and I have no handle. So I can't jack this car up. I'm like, holy shit. And I thought to myself, wait a minute, there's a little red bottle jack I saw in the back of the trunk. Mind you, the trunk's is bigger than my first apartment when I was single. So, way in the back corner of this trunk, I pull out this bottle jack, and it's rusted to the bejesus. There's no way in hell this thing's ever going to jack up the car. You can't move it. And I thought, how the hell am I going to... I can't drive like this. I got AAA+, but I'm like, that's kind of a major pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, wait a minute, if I could try and tighten this thing up, and I had a pair of, believe it or not, water pump pliers, channel locks, and I tightened them up as much as I can with the weight of the car still on them, and at the blazing speed of 1 mile per hour, I creeped up the hill back to work where I have a whole set of tools. And it was about, I'm going to say maybe maybe a mile. At about 2 to 3 miles per hour.
Was your car gone? Was your car gone?
No, it wasn't going. It was going wobble, 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 wobble. And I said to myself, you know what? Thank God, it's a back road, so there's like very little traffic, if any, on it. The back way out of work. 2, I wholeheartedly expect to snap at least 2 studs off the hub, trying to get it back to work. So long as I got 3, I'll be okay. You know, enough to get home, and then I can pound out the studs and put new ones in. But lo and behold, I got all the way back to work. I got my socket set. I got my tools. I bring them outside in the back parking lot. I got the car in the air and tightened up all the lug nuts. And I thought to myself, you dumbass, man, it's not like me not to go back, you know, the next day and snug all the lug nuts up again. Just because I knew I had them off. And so that was kind of scary, because you say to yourself, you know, they could loosen up, and it could easily lead to a lot of bad things happening. So, you know, just as embarrassing as it is to admit to, it's a good reminder to say, hey, whenever you're doing any work, taking any of your tires off your cars, 1, torque the lug nuts to the specs that you're supposed to be at, and 2, go back the next day and just snug them up again. Even though just to be on the safe side. Yeah. You know, it's worth it for the peace of mind.
Really? Jeez. Wow.
But, yeah. Now, on a similar note, now, I was sitting here thinking, now your Prius has got 76,000 miles on it.
Mm-hmm.
I was just looking at Wilson. It's got 131. And I'm like,
Wilson does?
Yeah.
Wow.
131,000 original miles on a 94 Oldsmobile.
Oh, not bad.
I'm like, well, hell, as far as wear and tear, the only thing is that car was neglected, where yours has always had good maintenance on it.
Yeah.
You know, plus I don't have air conditioning.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, I'm like, shit, dude, we're taking Wilson, man, because that car just cruises.
Yeah. Well, the Prius does well. It's just small inside. It's good on the highway. You know, you don't even feel shifting, man, because it's got a CVT. You know?
Well, there's also no shifting of the human beings inside, because you and I are wedged shoulder to shoulder against the doors.
Listen, if you get a little uncomfortable, we can put the back seat down. You can lay down in the back.
Turn into a sun lounger.
Yeah, and one other thing while we're still in bottom gear, I'll have to say, and I don't know whether this was Jason's latest podcast.
Oh, about buying the new Ford?
Yeah. All I can say is, Jason, after listening to you and listening to all the things that went wrong with your other Ford, that wasn't a very old car. I've got one word for you. Toyota.
He's listening right now. He is listening live.
Oh, he is? Okay.
You know what? I have to say, when Jason said that to me, though, I'll be honest with you. There's a good argument against saying Toyota, and that is every single solitary, Toyota pickup truck, the what do you call it, the Tacomas, all getting recalled for frame rotting out and having to get the frames replaced on them. You can say that about any one brand of car. Yeah. You can always find something that's, I can see the loyalty into the brands. I happen to love Fords. I think they're way more comfortable.
But I like my Ford F-150, but you know its body rotted out, and I had to get things here and there replaced. I don't have that same issue with the Toyotas, and I've had a Toyota now.
It's your second
one. 11. This is my second one, and the only reason I got rid of the first one is because they came out with the hatchback version, and I wanted the hatchback version. So I've had a Prius for 11 years, and we've got the RAV4 now, which is not giving us any problem whatsoever.
Right.
And matter of fact, again, when this Prius it's time to go, I may look at the RAV4 for myself for the winter driving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
I'm a fan of Bugatti.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Jason's leaving comments, by the way, on which I can't look at. So somebody needs to go up to the Google Plus page and see what he's
I can
see what he's saying.
He's saying, "Shut up, guys."
He probably is. He's probably arguing, or maybe he had bad luck with a Toyota at one time. I don't know. I gotta say that everybody swears by Subarus now, and we had a bad taste with the Subaru, and we had a great Subaru that lasted 13 years, never had a problem. It was an 84 GLX. I don't even think they named them back then. And that was a great car. And then we got one of the first Foresters, and that thing was a lemon from day one. And that's, and I had good luck with the Priuses. So, when it came to replace that, we got the RAV4, and we're loving the RAV4 right now. So
so I'm looking at it all here.
Subaru now, by the way.
What's that?
Toyota bought Subaru.
Toyota bought Subaru?
Yeah, a few years back.
I think they own. I don't know whether they outright bought it.
Well, okay, they own a controlling interest, but they have basically left Subaru on their own, but giving them the finances they need to.
Okay, maybe they also had some help with the quality control on it too, because my sister swears by Subarus, and she just got a new one, and it's a damn nice car. She's got an Outback. A new Outback, and it's a nice car. It has lots of legroom in it too. Well, being 6'8",
yeah, right.
Legroom does factor in.
Yeah, it really factors in, and so I don't know. Yeah, and there's a bunch of guys at work that have Subarus, and they all swear by them, and they totally redid the Forester. I mean, it doesn't even look like the same car now. And I've been hearing good things about it. But, I'm staying loyal to my Toyotas until they do away with all the legroom. And,
Which is slowly happening.
Yeah. Actually, the RAV4, they actually put more legroom in it. So, yeah. There's lots of... my phone is just going off the hook with the... comments going on.
Now.
Okay, yes. And I can't look at them. I got too many screens up paying attention to the tactical part.
I don't even know where the hell to look for.
The LateNite QRM community.
Oh shit! I don't even go look at that. All right, never mind. Yes, I'm a big fan of McLaren, and
really nice DeLorean.
I've had good luck with my Zonda. And
well, any make of car is going to have its good years and bad years. I mean, I would hate to be someone to have owned a GM in the past 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
I mean, is there any GM model in the past 10 years that hasn't been recalled?
I can't answer that, but I can say it's definitely left a bad taste in my mouth.
Government Motors, yeah. Yeah, well, we all own a piece of that. Oh, no, they paid it back, right? Or at least they paid back the interest or something.
3-4 years ago. Yeah. So they're on their own now. And we're getting the money out of them in fines.
I don't know whether they paid the whole thing back, though. I think we gave them a break or something. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm just saying. I don't know. Just saying.
I wouldn't be surprised with our government.
Was that Michael? Or was that
I was just chiming in on the
Oh, okay. You sidelined a little bit there. Okay, so are we done with bottom gear? Michael,
Yeah.
we haven't had any bottom gear notes from you in a long time.
Not much has changed. Jeep is still the Jeep.
Okay. Waiting for that heart transplant.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get it to drive straight too. It's got a pretty nasty vibration going down the road, despite all the parts we've changed.
Yeah.
I'll have to get Joel's expert opinion when he's up here for the Late Night QRM podcaster roundtable.
Yes.
I don't know about how much of an expert I am. I have an opinion.
There we go. I don't know. You're pretty dead on these things, Joel.
Well, I'm one who gets filthy for a living, so.
I like how you put that.
Honestly, that's the truth. I mean, if I'm twisting wrenches on robots for production or cars, or I'm always twisting wrenches on something. I try to stay up to speed on a lot of it if I can.
So, Barty, you got any bottom gear reports?
Nope. All my stuff's been running okay.
Good. It's always good when there's no reports.
Yeah.
So, let's see. I'm going down into the show notes now. Michael says, remember LNQ RMPR coming up? Oh, the
September
late night
19th and 21st. Yes.
Yes.
In beautiful downtown Copper Harbor, Michigan.
Where the, I think I put in a comment, where the roads are paved in snow. And
Baked in snow.
and
Lined in fudge.
Lined in fudge.
Gosh, I sure hope they're not lined in snow in September because, the Prius, albeit it will have extra snow weight. That's a long-ass ride home, man.
2 miles an hour. Doing 1,400 miles at 2 miles an hour.
Yeah.
What do you say, Michael?
Well, I was going to get back into that, but I'll have you know, because of certain events networking, not cooperating with me in one of the day jobs this week, I had some more time to do networking than I was planning. And one of them was I made damn sure that you guys have got good Wi-Fi in your room for the conference.
That's awesome. As broadcasts.
Yes.
I know. My wife had said to me for this, she said, "You guys better be broadcasting from the road." We'll
be making short and we'll be posting them.
Yeah, it's just like Anthony. I said, you know what, Anthony, as he went down south, he was like, I pulled in McDonald's wife, free Wi-Fi, I can upload.
Yeah, that was neat.
Yep, we'll take advantage of that too because the data plan is turning off when I go into Canada. Mm-hmm. So I know, Joel, you said you're probably not going to worry about it, but I'm worrying about it because it's my phone.
Well, exactly. And mine's a work phone, but in there again, too, I mean, I have to check to find out if I have to shut it off to go into a foreign country or not.
Yeah. Is anybody paying attention to the comments? Because, man, my phone is going nuts.
Well, I'm looking at them. I see one here from the Maharaja MacDaddy. And sitting there basically saying, didn't I warn you this would happen about the Mophie juice box?
Yes.
A while back.
But you're talking from the website, though, right? Or are you talking about the Hangout?
No, the LateNite QRM community, G+ community.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes, that's where they seem to be. And like I said, I've got 4 screens here, all busy with something else, so I can't.
Yeah. Well, MMD was getting 404 errors when he was trying to originally get to the Hangout Live on the air, and I don't know. Jason up in his brain actually found it under Hangouts/events, and he actually tweeted the link. Thank you, Jason, for doing that.
Oh, thank you.
So, I don't. We're going to have to figure out how we can trace to see how many people are actually watching the live stream. But.
It's funny you should mention that, and I don't want to get too off topic here, but when you had said Jason, posted it, and thanks again. A funny thing happened to me earlier this week. I was going through a McDonald's drive-thru while listening to Jason go through a drive-thru. and for a while there, I almost got confused whenever I hear, all right, thanks for coming to Dunkin'. Actually, it was Dunkin' Donuts. Thanks for Dunkin' Donuts. What can I get for you? And then I hear the lady on the other end of his speaker. And it was for a split, I'm like, who was talking? I'm like, where am I at? I thought it was at Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah, it was so funny. And I actually was, by the time I pulled up to the window, I was laughing my ass off because I hear him placing his order at the same time I'm trying to place mine. And I thought to myself, Jesus, I gotta knock this shit off. I gotta turn it down because it was uncanny. You know, how it all came together. I was listening to an older one, and then also, who else was I listening to? Well, Bob from put out one from
Bob Stuff.
Not Bob Stuff. Doug rather. Slug is Doug.
Slug is Doug. Yeah.
When he was sitting here, I was almost peeing myself when he was talking about the BMW drivers. I don't know if you guys got that far into this latest episode or not, but when he was driving to work and he was talking about how people were cutting him off, and he went through a drive-through, paying mad props to Jason, where he's ordering a bagel and a coffee, and Debbie keys up. She's like, "It's only going to cost him, Well, she said, $3.46, and I'm like, "Yeah," or whatever it was, and she said, "Man, the prices are good there in Canada, where Doug's at." I'm like, "Yeah, I guess so," but. Again, it's just going through drive-thrus has a whole new meaning for me now. I chuckle every time I pull into one, and I have to thank Jason for that.
Wow. Yeah, I've listened to Jason. I may not be caught up on Doug's all the way because I've got a backlog on some of the podcasts, and I'm not too far behind, but I didn't get a lot of listening going on this week, so I may be behind on some of them, but I do enjoy them. So, yep. Well, then my phone's going off again. So it's great because I see Jason, left a message or commented on LateNite QRM, and then I get an email for it, and then I see MMD is leaving a comment, but it doesn't give me the comment. So,
what are you saying, Michael?
About to say, speaking of Jason, I have to go down to the next note. I actually had put that in earlier.
Mm-hmm.
He was tweeting about expecting a stormy night tonight, but based on his favorite sound effect and your sound bite, I think we need to play bread, milk, and toilet paper for him.
God, yes.
Man, is it that bad? He's getting bad storms?
No, but he'll get a kick out of it when he hears the beginning of it, the whole thing.
Well, here we go. Bread, milk, and toilet paper! Bread, milk, and toilet paper!
Boy,
there you go.
I remember. Thanks, Michael, because I remember when you said that too. It's one of his favorite bumpers.
Oh yeah. He uses that bumper too. I've actually heard it on several commercials now too. That same. I don't even remember where I got it from. It's just been in my pile.
You've had that ever since Radio QRM.
We were using it forever.
It's been in my pile of drop-ins for forever.
Yeah. It's our average winter sound up here. So.
Yes, anytime that we always play that when the local news starts reporting about snow coming, and it's like, for the entire day it's nothing but the big news, and oh my God, this is what we're going to get, and this and that, and this and that, and then the next day it's we got a half an inch.
Dusting.
Yeah, a dusting. But it sells commercials. So yeah. Anyway, so
moving on,
Michael.
Yes. So I was minding my own business, listening to podcasts last night while I was cooking dinner, and I got around to the latest Jonathan files, and I'm listening along because the Dr. Dave family has been up camping this summer, and they just concluded a camping session up near Thunder Bay. I'm jealous. Really should get up there ourselves soon. And after Dr. Dave and Isabel were recording the Broken Area Sleeping Giant podcast, Jonathan recorded an episode, and as Jonathan was talking to his dad, Dave said, "Oh, do you listen to LateNite QRM? What would you rate it?" without hesitation, Jonathan said 5 out of 5. So good taste there, Jonathan.
Very good taste, Jonathan.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jan.
And I got to say that after you left your comment on LateNite QRM, Michael, I actually went up and found the Jonathan files, and I am now subscribed to it, so I'm listening.
Oh, cool. I've been listening. Cool. You know what? Ever since Michael, you mentioned it, I've been listening to the Jonathan files, and when he was giving a couple of movie reviews, and I find it so damn refreshing, so nice, to hear his viewpoints and hear Dave and how he interacts, and it's like, I don't know, maybe I'm a little corny, but realistically, a father to son, and hearing that relationship, I know it's refreshing. It's nice. It makes me think, hey, where the hell's my kid? Oh, I can't ever find him because he's nearly 16 and never home. But I remember when I got to talk to him a lot more.
Yeah, but so I'm listening to that, and I'm following him on Twitter too. So I saw he had he's on Twitter, and so I gotta pay attention to Twitter more because you guys they're all on Twitter, but I can't look at Twitter at work, and
I'm actually contemplating signing up for a Twitter account.
Well, Twitter's easy, and I don't really comment that much on Twitter. I used to, and I don't know. I use it. I use it as a news source because actually the news you get on Twitter is usually more
rather
valid.
Immediate.
Yeah, more immediate and usually better news than what you get through all the frickin' 24-hour news services.
Oh, the networks.
Yeah, and everything, because they're always trying to hype everything up, and on Twitter at least you don't get the hype.
Every time I get close to wanting to sign up for a Twitter account, I keep replaying the George Carlin bit before he had passed away about Twitter and nobody gives you shit that you just took a shit. Why do you have to post it on the internet? And I hear the whole routine, and I say to myself, "Jeez, I don't know. I don't want to. I want to at the and I listen to Lewis Black because I love Lewis Black as a comedian, and it's like he talks about his Twitter experiences, and I say to myself, maybe I am missing the boat on this. I got to consider it."
Well, I will tell you this, Joel. You can Twitter about your shit, but nobody
wants any crappy tweets.
Nobody's forcing you to Twitter about or tweet about your shit.
Thank
you. You can tweet about anything you want. I tend not to follow people who tweet about their shit and take pictures of their food and post nothing but selfies. I might start following them, and as soon as I find out that they're doing that, or if it's a person that can't leave Twitter alone and they're posting something every 2 minutes, I generally drop those people too very quickly. But it's like anything else. You shop around, you find out who you want to tweet. Actually, I started following all the Canadian guys because I find them interesting, and while I was in there, following them, I dropped a lot of stuff because I said, I don't give a shit about this anymore. I don't care. I do keep. I have kept my news sources. The ones that usually give me fast news and accurate news. Right. And don't ask me who they are right now because I don't know off the top of my head. But my problem is when I'm home, I can follow Twitter. If I'm on my laptop, I have the little Twitter app over on the left-hand side, so it's up and running. On my phone and stuff like that, no, I don't open Twitter up a lot to take a look at it. I'm usually doing something else on the phone, or I'm listening to podcasts mostly on the phone.
Right.
Or I'm playing Ingress with the phone. So the problem with Twitter, not that I dislike it, it's just that there's not a convenient way to monitor it for me. So, as much as I'd like to. So and my work blocks it.
Right.
So and I can't download the app for it at work. So
okay.
So therefore, that's gone. That most of the day I can't follow Twitter. So anyway, I think I got that point across.
Yeah, I did.
Every time you said it.
Really.
Okay. So yes, how's Doug doing on the C to 5K? I don't know whether I'm all caught up on Doug on his podcast. I did listen to one, I believe, where he was talking about it, and he's doing it at his pace, and that's the way to do it. That's all I can say is do it your pace. Like today when I ran, I went out there and I said I haven't run since Thursday a week ago, and I don't know how I'm going to do, but I don't care. I'm just going to go out and start running, and if it gets too bad, I'll stop, or maybe I'll run, walk, you know. But I ended up doing pretty good. I ran a little slower than actually. I kept a pretty good pace actually. So I was happy. I will tell you that I'm feeling it tonight, and it's not just my legs. It's amazing how much of your muscles, your stomach muscles, you use when you run.
Right.
Because I was cutting the grass, and I was up on the JD, cutting the grass, and just moving around. It's like, damn, my stomach muscles hurt. They're sore. It was all from running this morning. So you just do it at your own pace, and that's the thing. Again, as I said earlier, I'm battling now daylight disappearing. So I'm contemplating running at lunchtime on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I know I'm not going to be able to run a lot, and I got to leave enough time to frickin' take a shower, but I'm still probably going to end up sweating all afternoon because that's just me. Once I start sweating, it's hard to turn the faucet off.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you do what you can when you can. And the weekends, I'm going to try to run longer distances when I can. But winter is coming up, and there's not much we can do about that.
Join a gym.
Yeah. No. I'm not doing treadmills. I'm sorry.
All right, don't join a gym. What do I give a shit?
I'm not doing treadmills. I got a treadmill at home. I don't enjoy it. The thing about running is you're out and you're looking around and the scenery changes. That's what I like about it. So we'll see.
Same thing with cross-country skiing and snowshoeing and all the like.
I was thinking snowshoeing. I have never been on a pair of skis in my life, either downhill or cross-country. And just as I have been on ice skates before. And that didn't go well. See, the thing about being 6'8", it's a long way down. And I have a fear of the long way down.
Yep.
So so I don't know. I may have to try. But that means I have to buy rent equipment. Cross country skiing might be interesting.
Actually, that looks pretty cool. Actually.
Yeah.
At least with cross-country skiing, if you fall down, you're not going that fast.
And you fall into nice fluffy snow. That might not be too bad.
Well, there's plenty of nice fluffy snow coming down the side of a mountain too. You're just doing it a lot faster.
Yeah. I could just see me going down a hill.
that could still happen on cross-country skis,
Yeah, there are hills. Especially if I tried to do it around here. We've got some pretty decent little hills here that, I could see myself screaming and falling. So, but snowshoeing, that might not be bad. That could, but then again, there's the weight thing, and I'm thinking I'm going to have a snowshoe that's probably got a diameter of about 4 feet to hold me up on the snow. So,
it's like 2 trash can lids strapped to the bottom of his feet.
Yeah, I just don't know about that. I mean, that does sound kind of interesting too. But I don't know. I got to find something because I like being active.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, it's good.
Absolutely.
It's good for you. So we'll
It's,
find something.
food for thought, something to chew on.
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta do something myself. I said to Debbie while we were walking around Mines Falls, and after the 5K, the next day up, I said, "Boy, you know what? This is so pretty and so nice up here. It'll be great, especially when it's, colder and there's no bugs to deal with." And she says, "Yeah, but there could, up to 2-3 feet of snow." I said, "I'll walk Mines Falls with my snowblower."
Hey,
I'm like walking and go run. I'm like, if I need a place to run and now walking and eventually jogging, I'd be willing to eat it to snowblow half of it.
Joel, you just came up with a great new winter sport.
Competitive
Snowblower
snowblowing.
walking.
Yeah, God knows it. Depending on what kind of winter we have, we can end up doing a lot of that.
Snowblower hiking, we'll call it. Snowblower hiking. Come on, Joel. Are we ready? Yep. Okay. Where are we going? Oh, we're gonna take the Pac-Monadnock Trail. Okay. Start them up. Think of all the hikers that'll thank us for snowblowing all the trails.
Yeah, $4 a gallon.
It might not be too happy if we do some snowblower hiking on the snowmobile trails, though.
Yeah, I can see where they may frown upon that.
So we'll stay off the rails to trails. So yeah, I'm gonna even lose that one when the snow comes because that's all taken over by snowmobiles.
Not if you snowshoe.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Could. As long as I can dive out of the way of those guys ripping down the trail.
Yeah, just make sure you wear some very bright colors that can be seen from a long distance.
Yeah. And I've seen guys rip down that trail. And I don't think they have good brakes. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. I don't know anything about snowmobile. So
Let's just leave it at that.
yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of them by our house in the wintertime because the pavement ends right after our house, and the town doesn't maintain the dirt road in the wintertime. So we get a lot of snowmobiles that come flying up and down the dirt road.
Mm.
I loved it when I lived in Jaffrey. And, it reminded me of Sicily, Alaska, right out of Northern Exposure, where it was not uncommon at all to see snowmobile sleds going right up Main Street and pulling to the gas station.
Yep.
All the time here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was in Jaffrey. It was as normal as the day is long. Right across the parking lot in.
It's half the traffic.
And off they go. And it's like, you know what? That's friggin' cool.
Yeah. Well, that's because they got the trail right there too. I mean, it's like the Sunoco station's right there. And
But no, it's half the traffic up here, and it's half the parking spaces. I mean, they park, parallel park the snowmobiles just like your cars up here.
Right.
Oh, I believe that. Yeah, it's probably, especially when you get 300 inches of snow, it's like that's got to be your major means of transportation up there.
It is for a lot of people. And speaking of that, it's not in the show notes, but at the last Copper Harbor Fire meeting, we inaugurated our brand new side-by-side track Polaris. So
Really?
It's a 2-seater. You guys will get to see it when you come up here for the roundtable.
Right.
But we pull. On the narrow trails, we use a sheriff sled that is assigned to us for pulling the snowbalance down the trails, and we put big knobby tires on the snowbalance for the summer, and we use that.
Snowbalance?
It's actually called a snowbalance. It's made in Canada, and it actually is heated and enclosed for the winter, which is much nicer than the toboggan I used to use.
Oh.
And during the summer, it's got mesh windows you can put in place with the hard windows, and of course you leave the heater off, but then we pull it with a 4x4. And now the new 4x4, as I said, it's a side-by-side with tracks, and this is a $20,000 four-wheeler. It's even got windshield wipers and washer fluid. I mean, the thing has got everything. Four-wheel drive or four-track drive. Nice rig. But it's for rescue equipment, and we're actually going to be putting a small, I think, 500-gallon tank. No, not even that big. But it's going to have a small tank and foam tank on the back, right off the four-wheeler for forest fires.
Wow.
Smart.
Oh, wow, cool.
Pretty cool. We'll take pictures. We'll post them. Somehow we'll get them up there on the forum.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's neat. Jeez. Yeah, well, it's coming soon, right? So almost the end of August.
Yep.
I'm actually worried that we're going to hit snow going up there.
You might. It's possible while you're here.
Could be fun.
Start, brake pedal, left door, wiper, headlight, left.
Yeah, make sure you write that down when we go. So
I don't own a friggin' Prius. You do. I can make a little sticker and put it on the dashboard.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Yeah, but you found it.
Yeah, I did. Well, I'm kind of weird like that. If there's a hack or a way to hack something or a way to mod it, I'm going to probably find it.
That's right. So. All right. What else is going on? We got one more show note from Michael. Or did we cover this already? No.
No, we didn't cover the last one. I was getting a tweet from, was it from Jason? Let's see here. Yep, that was from Jason. I think we hijacked the comments section and turned it into the first LateNite QRM chat. They must be in the comments section of the website.
Are they?
You know what? Let me go
I
to
don't
the
know.
website.
Well, this says they're on Google Plus.
Oh, it does.
I don't know where the hell I'm looking. I don't know where I'm looking.
Okay.
You got to go to Google Plus, and then you got to go to the LateNite QRM community.
I was on there, and nothing's. It's not. If it is, it's not refreshing.
Yeah, it says it's got comments here, and it says Google Plus.
Yeah, it seems to be lagging behind.
Okay, well, MMD and Jason apparently have been posting lots for us to read there, so we need to start. I'll need to set up a second screen just to be able to make comments.
And before
it went up by a member too. LateNite QRM went up to 7 members. It was 6 members a few minutes ago. Oh yeah, Jason. Here's Jason. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Jason. Yeah. Also told Scott about it too. So I'm whether Scott's had a chance to get on there. By the way, if you were wondering how many viewers we have, I do actually have at the bottom here. It tells me we've got 2 viewers. So
cool.
They happen to be commenting on. So we're a little. Well, then again, the podcast gets 2.3 listeners. So this is the first time we've gone live in the public. So we'll deal with
in a while.
2 viewers.
We were live in the early days of LateNite QRM.
Yeah, we used to do it on live stream.
Yeah.
And did that for a while, but that was kind of that was affecting the bandwidth because
I was actually wireless.
Yeah, I think I was. Yeah, and that I was actually getting your input from Skype and then pushing it up on the live stream. So yeah, my bandwidth was shot when we did that.
Yeah.
So we had to give that up. So, all right, what's the last thing here, Michael?
Well, the last thing is it's just one of those weeks where, fortunately, I have multiple jobs to work, but the main job I've been pushing through this huge software job, hardware design, software design job. And reached the point where I realized that it'd be a whole lot easier for me to do a lot of this prototyping in C using evaluation kits talking to each other so that I could have 2 MacBooks talking to each other, changing the code. Because right now I'm having to write embedded software code for a real-time embedded processor that has no terminal. So as I check each of these routines out that are doing all these complicated protocols over TCP, I'm basically having to check the entire stream on the protocol and then turn an LED on and off to tell me whether the command, completed correctly or not, which works, but it's slow. So I contacted the manufacturer and said, hey, I've got one evaluation kit, and this is what I want to do, and it makes a whole lot more sense if I have 2 of them, because then I can just rip through the software and then change it all into embedded and go there. Absolutely. So they FedEx something to me overnight.
Wow.
I get it out of the box. It's DOA. Completely just dead on arrival. And I'm like, oh man, I scheduled my whole day around being able to work on this nonstop once it shows up. So it was like, contact the manufacturer, say it's DOA, and like, oh, we're so sorry. Oh, well, actually, we've got a company conference going on now, and we won't be able to get back to it till the end of next week.
Oh, jeez.
I'm like, oh, well, my customer's not going to be too happy about that. So I contacted a distributor, and they went off to work on it. And the long and short of it is, I had 3 days this week that were freed up that I was not planning on having freed up, and I kept returning to the project to keep getting stifled one way or the other on it. And in the meantime, I've really upgraded a lot of the network in Copper Harbor before you get here. So, including making sure that your room has got damn good Wi-Fi.
All right.
So I was like, well, if I can't do anything to make money, I might as well be productive.
It's good to know the sysadmin.
Yeah. So, did some major upgrades. And on the plus side, one thing I found this summer, doing a lot of the sysadmin work with me, has been my oldest son. And it's actually been a lot of fun. I mean, we've been doing some programming together here on other projects, but somewhere anywhere normally between 3 and 4 in the afternoon after I've been going at it since early in the morning, my son David and I will take off, and we'll go off and take on another networking project that's got to get cleaned up in town. Then we go out and hit one of the local coffee houses, get a cup of coffee, and get our tools together, and go out and do whatever we got to do. But it's probably the most father-son time I've had with him since I was Scoutmaster. So I'm enjoying the hell out of it.
That's neat.
Good time.
That's cool.
I
Very cool.
get to spend a lot of time with my youngest son and my oldest son. He's getting ready for college. You know how that goes. All of a sudden, pretty soon he's going to be gone. So I really appreciate the time I get to spend with him.
That is cool.
So that's, not to draw that last one out too much. Things didn't work out the way planned on the main job this week, but fortunately I've got lots of other little jobs I can do, and just allowed me to spend more time with my son, so that's cool too.
Yeah, hey, sometimes it works out for the best.
Yep.
Yeah, it's cool. Okay, anybody else got anything else? Because I think we've come to the end of this late night QRM.
Yeah.
And
this live broadcasting experiment.
Yes, we'll see how well it is. Like last week, we did a private live broadcast, and it never produced a video like it said it was going to do. I'm not sure whether I did something wrong, but it kept, it popped up a video, and it said every time you tried to click it, it said processing, and I never got to look at it, so I don't know. I don't know how this works, but we'll see whether this one gets recorded or not. So we'll check. We'll see. And the musical guest this week is oh hell, I don't know. I haven't had time to put the last podcast out. I think I got time to look for music. It's probably going to be if I can figure out how to get the audio off of my makeshift video of a couple songs from the Beach Boy concert. Yeah, it might be a bootlegged Beach Boy song.
The Beach
Geriatric Boys.
The Beach Men.
The Beachmen. So as we do at the end of every podcast, we like to thank our military friends out there, both CONUS and OCONUS, and thanks for what you're doing, and thanks for being the front line for us and keeping the country safe here, especially you OCONUS guys, and we hope you get back home to your family and friends real soon. Until then, we'll keep the home fires burning for you. So, with that, from the Monadnock region in the southwest corner of New Hampshire, I am Barry J.
And from the southeast corner of New Hampshire, this is Joel.
And from the central New York, this is Barty.
And are you disappointed in Podcast Movement 14? Well, come up to Copper Harbor September 19th through 21st for a real podcast movement, the Late Night QRM Podcaster Roundtable, where you can learn to drink and screw around with real podcasters, and eventually we'll probably break out a microphone. Woo! If you really want to learn how to podcast, talk to Anthony.
Are we going to be eating a lot of beans or something? Some fiber? Well, there's a podcast movement?
No, podcast roundtable.
Okay. All right.
It's not like the Alice's Restaurant movement or anything like that. Don't worry about it.
No garbage dumped off any cliffs.
All right, thanks for this is the end of show 151, 152 next week. Thanks everybody for listening, and thanks for our 2 viewers in the live podcast this week. And I promise I'll get both of them out this week sometime. I'll probably work on it tomorrow. Anyway, okay, here's insert name of band here. All right, bye everybody. And we're out of the recording, but we're still podcasting live.
We're live. Okay. Welcome to After the Show.
After the show. We're doing After the Show. Let me save off the recording. Mm-hmm. Talk amongst yourselves.
Well,
somebody don't look at what they're commenting on at the community, the Late Night QRM community. Joel, find the frickin' Late Night community. You're a frickin' moderator on it.
No, I'm not. No, I am. I'm looking on my phone and it says I'm not.
You are a moderator. I made you a moderator.
Okay. I'm on it right now. I've been on it.
Are you on QRM Studios or are you on Late Night QRM?
Late Night QRM.
With the moon and everything.
No shit, huh? Really?
and Google Plus.
We're really gonna go down this road. All righty then, there, Richie. I'm looking at it right now, and my phone it called out the members, and it said moderator, nobody, and I was nobody.
No, you were the first person I made a moderator.
So actually, you probably hadn't figured it out how to do it right.
Here, okay, I'm looking at it now. Of course I have. Barry,
Messy
owner, Michael, moderator, Romeo, moderator, Joel Ash, bald guy.
Did you?
What?
I made you a moderator.
It doesn't show up on my iPhone.
No, it doesn't say you're a moderator.
Oh, so I was right, Mr. Know-It-All. All righty then. Thank you.
Let's see. Edit, manage members. Oh, God.
And I'm looking at the page right now. But, yeah, it was, this was a lot of fun. I was going to say, Michael, I had a thought that popped into my teeny tiny cranium.
Okay, look at it now.
Okay, I'm looking at it on my phone. I have to hit refresh me. Refresh me. And
I
look at it now. There it is. There it is. My iPhone caught it. Just like
I'm sorry. You weren't the first person. Michael was, because you were the last person to join.
To join and respond, because that's the way I work.
Yeah.
Well, I usually don't look at my phone all that much. I get so many pages and so many bleeps and farts and burps on my iPhone for work that when I do come home, honest to God, I put it in another room. And it sits in and it makes noises, bloom, 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 and I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'm at home, whatever it is, I don't fucking care. Because honestly, since Debbie's had, been home and had her surgery and everything else, I've gotten no less than 2, 7, 8, 11 phone calls. And they're like, can you come in? I'm like, no, I'm taking care of my wife. Well, we have a problem. I don't care. I really don't give a shit. That's exactly what I said over the phone. I'm like, I'm not home because I want to watch Doctor Who. I'm home because I'm taking care of a loved one who just had a medical procedure. No, figure it out yourself.
Yeah. Let me see something here. I don't see any of their comments on there.
I see the one from Maharaja Mac Daddy, and that is it. I see. Obviously, I can see. Ours. Michael says Jonathan rates QRM. Barry. This guy Barry posts an awful lot.
Yeah, he's a pain in the ass.
Actually, Maharaja is the only one on the Late Night QRM page. It's on my page right now, besides Barry.
Okay.
And I'm under all posts.
Okay.
All posts.
On the left-hand side of the page, underneath the moon. You know the big round thing that Barry was trying to describe to me when you look up at the sky?
I found them. They're actually under the event.
Under event.
The Late Night QRM event. That's where.
All right.
That's where they're posting them.
Wait a minute. There's nothing here. Create an event for this community. Schedule your next community get together or hang out.
If you go to the event, you were invited to the Late Night QRM event. I don't like the way Google Plus does this stuff.
No, this is not really. It's not fluid. It's not very fluid at all.
No. But if you go to events and you pick, because I name them all Late Night QRM, I guess I'm going to have to start putting the number in there with them too, because right now I've got 4 Late Night QRM events in there. They're all named Late Night QRM. I'll start adding the number.
I still don't see anywhere where I can join an event.
If you go over, are you on your phone doing this?
No, I'm on the computer.
If you're on the computer and from the community, if you go over into the right where you have the pull down, there should be an events.
Okay, under communities, that events. I want to events underneath the moon on the Late Night QRM page. That's why.
No, go to the events under communities. Because that's where the live hangouts end up. They started as an event.
August 16th. What the hell's today's date? 23rd. So where is the latest and greatest?
It should be the one at the top left because we're still doing it.
Yes, exactly.
Now, let me save this off before I forget.
Please.
I'm not seeing it. Of course, I'm on the web page now.
I'm on the web page myself.
I'm on a laptop on the web page.
All right, same
We're
here.
going to find their comments.
I'm still trying to find it.
I'm glad it's not just me. I'm glad it's not just me because it's very disjointed how you have to go to find.
The whole thing, even how to find live events or how to start a live hangout. And you got to go to a separate page and then you press it and that creates an event. And then you got to enter the event and then you've got to invite people that you want in the event with you, which is different from the people you invite to the event, and then you got to start broadcast from there. It's bizarre. It's worse than Skype.
And the thing is, the date is wrong. Late Night QRM, Saturday, August 16th, 8 p.m. Hangouts on air, free broadcast. Saturday, August 16th. Well, obviously today's the 23rd. So where is today's date for the actual one that's going on right now?
I've got it's under past events.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. But the closest one, the latest date.
Mine says today, April 23rd.
Yeah, mine doesn't.
Wait a minute, April 23rd?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no, sorry, August 23rd.
No, mine says Saturday, August 16th.
16th. Same here.
That was last week's.
Mine's 16, 16, 16, and then the one in the lower right corner says April 21st.
I wonder why. Do I have to invite you to it?
I
invited the entire public to it. Hang on, let me edit the event.
But this is a current event. It's not. Did you shut it off?
What does a yellow light mean?
Hang on, I'm gonna add.
Slower.
I'm still learning how to do these things.
Yeah. There's a ton of little features and niggly bits.
Yeah, what am I typing here? What am I typing into? Tell people. No, I don't want to give you guys.
How many engineers does it take to run a hangout?
Apparently, at least 3.
I've got
4.
The title.
5.
I don't know how to invite you to.
Well, I'm still sitting here. Jason must be listening to this right now too. We're still live on
share event. Maybe I gotta share it. Add never. Okay, here we go.
You think you would share it with the participants already?
That's what I said. You got like 3 or 4 different. Oh, it's very confusing. Okay.
Yeah. Let me follow Jason's link, because I can't find it myself. Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say, had a thought that came to mind, and I wanted to run past you, which was with regards to getting one's test and license for ham.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm not talking our cured salted friend. I'm talking about electronics.
I just shared it with you guys, so.
All right, let me look. Hold on a second.
Don't ask me where you're going to get notified about it.
Yeah, good. God only knows. So I didn't know.
I
Is
found
there
all the comments.
where?
Yeah,
Well, I followed Jason's link.
I follow Jesus.
Jason apparently is the only one that knows how to get to it. Well,
He
no, the
just
MMD
posted
got
at 10:30 that he was still listening.
Actually, I'm on it. I found it.
Oh, okay.
I shared it with you guys. Look in your mail. I don't know. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, I see Barry for Joel, moderator. Okay, now clicked on this. No, I click. Okay, August 23rd. I click on Barry's picture. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay, there it is.
Oh, I may have made a mistake here. I hit play.
Oh, don't do that. We're still
I
live.
know.
Oh,
I know.
then you'll get echo.
I can't stop it.
Us.
You'll get echo.
I already I paused it. How do I turn? I gotta turn this camera on. Hold on a second here. Will it turn on? You know what? I gotta dump out because for some reason it didn't register the camera, so it doesn't see it. I gotta dump out and come back in.
Ah, jeez.
Barry,
Oh, somebody's watching it.
it's not me, but it sounds like I'm speaking in tongues.
Oh, Joel, let me see. Oh, wait a minute, Joel. Let me see if I can turn you on. Turn you on.
Bye.
And you guys gonna spend how many days together in a Prius?
There.
None.
Well, it just went off.
All right. Wait.
I can't
Barry,
stop
turn your
it.
camera on.
I turned your camera on from here.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you try to, but I don't have the little idiot light. So something's acting. It's sparkled. Hold on a second. And it probably could be because I plugged it in after you had established the. I had joined the Hudakis on the thingamajig.
Right.
All right. I'm still trying to save this thing. What am I doing? Oh, I know what I'm doing.
Well, it's getting late for me, guys. I got to be running.
Catch you later.
Good to hear you, Buddy.
Good to hear you guys too.
Definitely, man. Stay in touch and stay out of the snow.
I won't get it as soon as Michael does.
You never know, Buddy.
Yeah, that's true. We both live near Great Lakes.
Yeah.
They play funny games.
I live near a pretty good lake.
Pretty good lake.
I live near a fire hydrant.
Well, there are rivers down by you.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, later, guys.
Catch you later.
Okay.
Hey, Jason, MMD, thanks for joining us. Talk to you all later.
But I've been climbing attics all day, so I give up.
My camera won't turn on.
I shouldn't have my camera on, but what the heck?
My hair's a mess too. my camera will not turn on. Hold on, I'll be back.
Okay. Sure.
I think it finally might be dark out, though. Let me go check.
Yeah, do a window check. You can see mine. My window. It's dark. Is it dark?
It's dark out.
They forecast it, so.
Of course, it's overcast. That's why it's dark out.
Okay.
Oh, my.
Guys, if you wondered what the sippy cup looks like, here it is.
And I'm on standby tonight, so I'm having vitamin water. Yay!
Well, I'm drinking flavored water myself because I cooked a big steak-like roast thing on the barbecue. gas grill tonight, and I made myself a bevy, and it was mostly gin with just a splash of Coke Zero. I didn't mean to make it that way, but I was pouring the rum, and my wife asked me a question, and I answered her, but I didn't stop pouring the rum. So, but it was good. It was very good. And yes, I was.
He's back.
I was very talkative out at the grill tonight after my rum and micro Coke.
I'm having Crown and Coke.
Mm.
I'm jealous, but yeah, somebody couldn't pull duty. Normally, I don't. Whenever possible, I have Saturdays off now for the show, but somebody couldn't pull duty today, so I'm on standby.
It's my new studio microphone. This just in.
What?
Huh?
Is that a new?
That's my
Google
studio
feature?
microphone.
No. Okay.
See, Joel's got one too. You don't have a microphone like this?
It's coming.
It's coming if it'll fit in the Prius. No, it'll fit in the Prius.
Michael's still looking at it like, what in the hell is that?
It's a microphone.
It's a tin. Sign.
Oh.
Shaped like a microphone.
So what's Red Hook?
Red Hook Brewery.
Oh, it's a
Okay.
Local brewery here, and they have a beer that they flavor they put out called Audible. And I bought these signs for us. When Debbie and I went to the tour of the brewery. So I'm bringing you one up for your studio.
Ah, cool. I gotta find it somewhere packed from when we moved up from the farm, but I literally have a nice box with a glass plate on the front of it with the red light behind it that goes on air.
Oh,
cool.
That's cool.
I always want to get something like that to put in the garage so I can keep my wife from making too much noise down there when we're podcasting. Just a little reminder. We're on the air, because she'd probably ignore it anyway.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So I'm about ready to give her permission to come up here and straighten out my office, my studio. She keeps saying she keeps putting stuff up here, and I said, she goes, well, that place is a mess. You ought to clean it up. I said, I have no storage. There is no storage in this room. And she goes, oh, I can get you storage. I said, go ahead. I'm to the point. I said, go ahead, please. Go up there, make storage, put everything away, please.
You just lost your studio. It'll be a storage room that happens to have some computers and a microphone in it.
Well, that's what it is now. No, she wants to straighten it out because she thinks it would be a really nice-looking studio if I didn't have stuff laying on the floor over there, and there, and there, and over there.
Okay.
And up there. Yeah. Problem is I think she wants to throw things out, and that I have an issue with that.
I was going to bring that up.
Straighten.
That's the room, Barry.
Huh? What's that?
So I was going to bring that up. That normally you make room is that you throw things out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't mind throwing some things out, but I have to be here because she has a tendency she'll want to throw the wrong things out. I mean, I definitely have, like, I've got 3 frickin' printers up here that probably don't work anymore. That at least 2 of them can disappear. I should keep 1 printer up here. I got a frickin' CRT over there that takes up half the room, which it works, but who uses CRTs anymore? So, Got to get rid of that.
No, did we ever finish out on ham radio? I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
sorry,
said
no.
something well, I mentioned something about if and when I come up there about taking my test.
Oh, are you ready to take it?
I could be. I was studying, but and then from there, I got busy with work, and I thought that'd be I don't know if you're in a position to do that, or if you know someone who can.
I'd have to, I'm currently not in a position to do that. I'd have to re-register as a VE.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm registered, but I'm not current. But there is a group up there. I'll find if they're testing while you're up here.
I was going to say, we should re-register because I'm registered as a VE, but I don't know whether I'm current.
I'd have to bring myself current, but yeah.
It would only take 2 of us to do it, right? Or do you need 3?
1.5.
I don't know.
2.3.
The rules just changed.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look at them.
But yeah, I took the test and everything many years ago now. So in fact, I got my receipt up there, but I never did the.
I haven't been a coordinator since I came up here. I've coordinated exams before, but not since we moved.
Right.
But Joel, they do it in Nashville all the time.
I know. I was just thinking out loud.
Oh, okay.
No, there's a group up here that tests. I'll find out if they're gonna be doing any testing while you're up here.
Something to look into.
Yeah.
Might get slow one night. Trying to sleep. Trying to work out one of the hangovers and when's a better time to take a test?
You got to at least get your tech. Tech's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's only three licenses now, right? Tech,
Yep.
General, and Extra.
Yep.
An extra, yeah. At least I've had a chance to go through all of them. I've been through each of the exams, or each of the tests over the years. Or each of the license classes, that's what I'm trying to say.
Cool. Oh, my, oh, my.
Bring up, guys. It's not changing anything, and I just double-checked with my wife to make sure. But one thing has come up, and that is the 16th December. My wife is having surgery.
Oh, by the way, just to let you know, we're still broadcasting.
No, I know. I didn't want this going out on. Well, that's right. You're still recording, aren't you?
I'm broadcasting.
Or are you?
He's broadcasting.
We're broadcasting,
live.
but is the recording done?
The recording's done, but I'm broadcasting live.
Right, which means
okay. Well,
you should stop that.
No, I don't want to drop MMD and Jason. They're still there. Anyhow, we discussed this in great detail, and my wife, because I said, well, Craig, I can contact Barry and Joel right away, and she goes, no, they're still coming up.
Are you
she
sure?
Goes, I just hope they understand. And she's sure. She said she just hopes you guys understand if she doesn't come out four-wheeling with us. But,
seriously, I can change the dates.
No, she said don't change a thing.
Yeah.
I'll explain more of the nature of what's going on, but this was actually she should have had a couple of years ago before she got sick, and when she had this other medical thing come up, they have said absolutely positively you can't have surgery now. But they said now that she is stable enough after the last 2 years, they got to do it, and they got to do it now. But yeah, it's like I know it's kind of a heavy thing to throw out here, but just let you know, up. But she is absolutely positive that this shouldn't change our plans. She's just going to be hanging out at the house afterwards. So.
No, it's honestly, I can extra completely understand, especially now.
Yep. But without going into great detail, she's had issues with internal bleeding for years, and they've been wanting to correct it, and then she got even more sick, and they couldn't. So now she's finally stable enough to do it. I don't think it's going to be outpatient, but she should be home. She should be home before you guys get up here. So.
Okay, is it down in
Calumet?
Or
It'll be down in Portage, which is Hancock.
okay.
So she's happy that it's getting done now, and she should be back up in full force by the time the kids are back into their full sports schedules. So that should work out.
Sorry, I'm reading some of the comments here. I'm catching up. So now that I can.
Oh. I think I accidentally closed.
We're going to have one of you guys. If we keep doing this live, we'll have to have one of you guys get on the event page. Of course, I will remember to invite you so you actually get a link to the event page next time. Still new, and then one of you guys will have to watch over the comments. I can't watch the comments because, like I said, I'm watching on a screen now that's usually running the soundboard, and of course I've got the live thing going on the Mac Mini, and then I'm recording on the PC with the show notes up. So all my screens are busy.
Well, alrighty.
So you guys can watch the comments and everything.
Absolutely.
So actually, on the right-hand side, I wonder if that shows up because there's a thing on here.
My event still says the 16th, August 16th. I can't even see today's.
I invited you.
I mean, if you
I know. Can you? Did you get an email?
Yeah, but I should. I mean, I'm already on the frickin' page right now, so I shouldn't have to go to the email. But LateNite QRM page. Load, blah, blah, blah.
Screen share.
Yeah. That is absolutely friggin'
Q&A.
wackadoo.
Huh.
There it is. Now I found it, but it's a video of me looking stupid.
Well, that's because you popped on. You're at the beginning of the video.
Right.
I have no control over that.
Right.
And I have no control over you looking stupid. Sorry.
Apparently neither do I.
I always imagined everyone but you were...
Okay, who's Ebony Love?
I'm sorry, I'm reading. I'm reading notes.
Yeah, I'm reading too.
What a great fun. We're all sitting here silently reading the comments on a live podcast.
This is after the show.
Yeah, this is after the show live podcast.
Actually, this is pretty mild for after the show because we're reading everybody else's comments.
We've never had comments before, that's why.
You're having a seizure, Joel. That was from MMD.
Ah. Hold on a second. All right. Yeah. Righty. Where did I get it?
Oh God, I see that.
I'm not even sure where the hell to find these comments, so I'm kind of frustrated.
You didn't get the event at all? Did you get a notification? This is frustrating. Michael, how did you find them?
I went to Jason's link from the tweet.
I can see the video, the live video, but honest to God, hold on. Let me click on today. No event scheduled. Okay, what the hell does that mean? Did you watch the video? Yes or no? I don't give a shit. That's not the right spot. This is the most disjointed.
Let me post it for you here.
Yeah.
I go to chat. And I get to this, and I go, ka-tunk. There you go.
Let me go here.
Oh.
And where did you put it?
Where'd it go? I put it on chat. Let me do it again.
Okay, there it is. Got it. And LateNite QRM, one event shared, one event.
And by the way, MMD, I was reading your comment. If you're going to have a live hangout, you might as well have a live chat. There is a chat capability here. I tried to bring it up. Of course, I can't do the chat on the live video because I've got the control panel up, and you can't have both of them up at the same time. One of the other guys could, but I tried to bring it up now, and it told me it wasn't available. I'm not sure why. Let's see. Is it available now? It says this feature is disabled. Why is it disabled? I don't know why it's disabled. It worked last week when I was on here. At least when I was fooling around with this, trying to figure it out. But it tells me it's disabled. So, and that would list it over on the side of the video. We lost somebody. We only have one viewer left.
Oh no.
Yeah. That's because we're... Oh, no, we got two. Okay, they're still there. So we're now actively reviewing the event notes for comments, just to let you know. But yes, we just figured out how to get to the events page ourselves.
We just figured out how to get to our own event.
Yeah.
That's sad. Oh my. I'm sorry I'm so tired tonight, guys. I'm sure that pulled away from my energy level.
I am too, believe me.
I think they were surprised at the install today. It's like, oh, wait a minute, I think I got a couple hundred feet of LMR 400 Ultraflex at home. What? I got the right transmission cable. Hang on, I'll be right back.
Doesn't everybody?
Oh yeah, I've got a spectrum analyzer to put on this cable. Let's just see what the center frequency is. Kept running back and forth between customer site and here. So
okay,
kind of like getting paid to put a ham radio on.
For our listeners, let me see if I can do this because this is moving a camera that's not supposed to be moved. Here's a LateNite QRM control, central control. Whoops, there we go. And that's what I record on the show notes. That's a PC and the sippy cup. There's the infamous mixer board. Whoops, where am I? Oh, I'm going wrong. Oh, the video's back reversed on my end. Okay, and I've got room for guests. God, you know, when they reverse the frickin' video, it's hard to control a camera. So I've got several microphones over there. I don't know whether you can see them or not. And some places to sit, and tables all crapped up with crap. And then I've got the this is the Mac Mini, which I use for bringing the calls in, or the call in. And look, ooh, infinity, and then
and beyond.
Everybody needs everybody needs a bunch of empty beer bottles.
Absolutely.
And then over here, I have the MacBook Pro, and that usually has the soundboard on it, which is actually, let's see if I can get to it. I gotta put the camera down. That's the soundboard with the extra sounds.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
And other things.
Terror, horror, death. Film in 11.
He's got more gadgets on him than a Swiss Army knife.
What?
Oops. Okay, so anyway, that's the soundboard. And that's a bunch of crap and ham radio crap. And my wife gave me this sign. Somebody gave me this sign. I don't think it was my wife, but it's fitting for this room. Because it needs a major cleaning. Okay, that's... Wait, run around. Oh, crap. What happened?
Who knows?
I got two cords close together. They tangled each other.
Never cross the streams.
There. Okay. That's good. There we go. So that was a short look at the QRM studios that need a major cleanup. I do have this box. Got to figure out before we go how to connect that into the phone so we can have a decent mic in the Prius. And Joel, you're going to be the tech guy because I'm driving until I get tired of driving.
Uh-huh.
We got to see whether you can drive. Have you driven my Prius before?
I've never driven your Prius, but I have a license to drive everything up to and stopping at a train.
I know, but I'm just wondering. I was wondering whether. Well, I fit, so you should fit.
Yeah, you're tall. You're tall, way taller than I. That's for sure.
Yeah. Because if I get tired, I'll hand over the reins to you.
Well, I'm thinking it would be foolish not to.
Yeah. Well,
there's absolutely no reason to have to overstressed by having to stay up and do all the driving. It's like, all right, I'm tired, 2-hour shifts, that kind of thing, whatever.
Yeah, it's better than careening off the road.
Oh, yeah. I kind of frown on that.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Oh, the viewership is going up and down. I'm not sure why. No, we still have 2 viewers. They're still listening.
Why?
Yeah, I know.
Glad you're here, but why?
Hey, how did the room situation pan out, Michael? Up your way.
Room which way, you mean? Room?
Well, I mean, what place had a room available for?
Oh no, you're at the Mariner.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
Yep. The picture of the room that you saw, we got that all set up for you. We got corner units. You got maximum sound isolation, and as I said, you've got good Wi-Fi. I've got a signal beamed right at it.
Very cool. I got you. My brain is being irradiated. I don't know what. It feels like something's drilling right into it. It's because the Wi-Fi's pumped up.
Staggering distance from 3 bars. How's that?
Nice. I'll probably bring the MBP up with me too.
Pookie, that's a microphone. Stop it. I don't know if you hear the clunking.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, hold on. I'm not even dressed for TV here. This is Pooh. Pookie, say hi. And she keeps knocking the microphone over.
I've got frozen video.
Yeah, I got no video.
No video? It's not worth it.
There you go. Got it.
All right. Well, I was just saying the cat kept knocking stuff over. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, now she's laying on the keyboard. Oh,
you're staring at a computer.
Oh, yes, I know.
That means they got to come up and lay on the
Absolutely.
keyboard.
Lay on the keyboard and roll around. Give me belly ups. That's
every cat does that.
Yep. The cats are great people.
Yeah. Hello, I got to teach Charlie that 2 days out of the week I get to sleep in.
Not according to him.
This morning he saw me stir. I must have stirred, and it was like 6 o'clock.
Right.
Next thing you know, he's up on the bed and he's walking across me, and then he'll just stand on my chest.
Yep.
I'm like, go away! And I'm trying to push him off, and he doesn't want to go. And then I push him off, and then he's trying to crawl back on. I'm pushing him, and he's trying to get underneath my hand. And then I finally got him over and stopped, and I put my hand down, and he comes up and bites my arm.
Well, that's got a kitty cat drive-by. That's what we call them. The kitty cat drive-bys in the morning when they know you're stirring.
Yeah.
The first thing to do is like, okay, you need to get up and fill up my bowl of crunchies right now.
Yeah. He's a good second alarm when I have to get up early in the morning for work.
Yeah, aren't they?
He doesn't let you fall back to sleep.
Nope. Especially when they walk across your head.
Oh, God.
You know, your head's on the pillow, and then they come up, and there's 2 paws right on the side of your head. Meow. Meow.
Yeah. It's fun.
Oh, boy.
I don't know if there's any way I can add guests to the
I don't know either.
thing. I thought there was a way I can add viewers if I wanted to the conversation. But then again, they have to have microphones and
right. You'd have to invite them to the hangout.
Well, let's see. Are there other podcasters? Where would they have a microphone?
Oh, maybe.
Jeez, I don't know. Would they have a microphone handy?
Let's see. Send an invite.
Where are we at? Oh, I wouldn't wear such a ratty shirt if I knew it was going to be on TV.
It doesn't matter. You just be yourself.
La 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 la.
We're up to a whopping 55 degrees today. Woohoo!
I think I might actually bring a fleece jacket for this trip.
Well, I would recommend
I'm bringing
it.
my clothes, especially late September.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking about something even a little heavier.
Yeah, it very likely will snow while you're here. So.
I'm
Well, that could be a real possibility going up over the mountain.
Fantastic.
Get away from the hard stick.
So we'll leave Jaffrey wearing shorts and t-shirts, and by the time we get there, it'll be wearing sorels and parkas.
Excuse me.
okay. Hang on.
Despite the NEMA 5 mask, I was inhaling insulation all day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see.
They're like, "Why are you so packed up, Mike?" And I'm like, "I'm falling through this vaulted ceiling."
I just sent
And
an
they're like,
invitation.
"Yeah, what's the issue?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't enjoy inhaling bat guano and mouse turds." "Oh, there's none of that up there." I said, "You come up, Quincy." Yeah, I got done running that 200 feet of transmission line. I came down and I said, "I'll be back in half an hour. I'm going home and put some clothes on."
It wasn't too cold here today, or too warm today here. Might have got up in the 70s, but it wasn't real cold or warm.
Hey guys, I'm getting ready to tap out here.
I just invited those guys to come in.
Oh, Jason?
Yeah, I don't know whether they're getting it or how long it takes or whether they want to, or whether they're set up to, but I sent them invites. Of course, I don't know what that means. I went up to the top and it said add people.
Right.
So that's what I did, found them. And I had to look for Jason's picture because there's like 400,000 Jason Reeses on Google Plus.
Only 400,000?
Oh, was I supposed to say his last name? Sorry.
Probably not.
I'll edit that out. Oh, wait, this is live.
Holy Christ.
And what company do you work for, Barry?
Well, at least I didn't say BAE.
You just did.
I don't care. Oh, Jason's leaving.
Good night, Jason.
Good night, Jason.
Night, Jason. Just share it. Yeah, we definitely have to have people watch the notes here because that would be great. We're still figuring this out.
Yep.
It's all new to us. And it doesn't tell you who's still listening.
Yeah, it does.
It does?
It says viewers. Well,
Yeah,
it says
but
okay.
I think it says watched underneath.
Yeah.
Actually,
Mine
by the
says
way,
viewers. Yeah.
under Jason's comment, it does have his full name under all the comments on the live chat.
Oh, I know it does. I know it does. So, which means it's public. So, but yeah. Oh, now it's got my picture on the video. I'm still, when we end this thing, I want to see if I can. I should go back and look at last week's and see if we can actually run the video, because every time I clicked on it, even the next day I clicked on it, it said processing.
Hmm.
So, it never showed up in my YouTube account. So maybe we did something to break it. Not sure. Yep. Oh, man.
Lots of comments to catch up on.
Yeah. So at least it's a short week this week. And a long weekend next weekend.
Oh yeah, it'll be a long weekend, all right.
Oh, that's right. You'll probably be inundated, right?
Yeah, holidays are a relative term to me.
It's a 4-day weekend for me. That's nice. That'll work. Joel, leave.
Oh.
He disappeared. I don't know whether he got bumped off or he just left. Huh.
I don't know.
Yeah. Probably had to. Oh, I'm going to kill the. Is anybody else still watching? No, we got 0. No, it says we got 1 viewer. Must be MMD. MMD, we're gonna kill the broadcast. So, thanks for watching.
Yep. See you later.
We'll try this again next week and see what happens. All right. The Late Night QRM show 151 is now over.